Hey, welcome to CNY Flavor, where we help teach you how to cook on a shoestring budget. We got a great show in store for you. What we do is we do some, a couple recipes, we do some cooking and help you learn how to cook and combine things on a shoestring budget at home in today's economic times. At the end of the show, what we do is we interview local restaurants, owners, chefs, different things that are unique to Central New York. So stay tuned, we got a great show in store for you. Hey, got a great segment here in store for you. You've all heard of blueberry pancakes and banana pancakes or chocolate chip pancakes. Well, here's a little secret one we're going to do called apple cakes. Now, naturally, as the name implies, the main ingredient is apple. I got one Macintosh apple here. I have a half a cup of baking mix. Now, you can use any off-brand you want. This happens to be Bisquick, okay, which makes great pancakes or waffles. Or baking mix, is what we're using it for. Now, I don't use any water in this or any milk. A lot of times when you're doing a recipe for pancakes, you can add the milk for buttermilk, or you can add water. This secret ingredient is sour cream. Okay, I'm going to add a half a cup of sour cream, half a cup of baking mix, one egg, extra large egg, a teaspoon of sugar, and then cinnamon. It will be topped off at the end of it. Okay, once I put it on the griddle and I flip it, put a little cinnamon on the back sides of both. And we're just going to marry it all, mix it together. First thing we got to do is we got to chop up the apple. And so let's get started with that, and I'll show you how to do it.
Perfect Game Imaging strives to deliver sport action photography that renders images that without us, our clients and customers would normally not even see. I can't tell you how many viewers of our images have asked, "How did you get that shot?" Or, "I didn't even see that happen during the game." It is our mission to have our action shots hanging on the walls of the athletes' families' homes and offices as centerpieces to be cherished for a lifetime.
Okay, first thing we're going to do, remember knife safety? I always talk about that. I can't talk about it enough. Got a nice sharp knife, but you got to use your knuckles as a guide. You're just going to cut this down. Going to start quartering it. I'll just do it into 4 pieces on each side. Cut it right down the middle. Okay, spin it around. And then it's important here, I want to show you this, that you have your center. You want to chop that out, okay? Because you don't want this in the baking mix. So just take a little paring knife and just cut it right down and get rid of that. Okay, and this one's fine. You want to cut off the end. Straight down, that's fine. That one's fine. You'll only get it on a couple of them where the core is. Okay, but you don't want that hard part inside your apple cakes. Okay, and then we're just gonna dice it down pretty small chunks. And you're going to be able to fill up this cup to my right and your left. So basically you're just thinning it down. If you get a little thicker piece, cut it in half again. And remember, when I talk about uniformity, you don't want really big thick pieces in there and really small pieces, because then it won't cook uniformly and you'll get some that are really big and others that are really small. So basically you just chop it all up, mince it up. It's going to taste wonderful. If you want, you can skin the apple. The apple skin has a lot of nutrients in it, and you hear me talk a lot about that on fresh vegetables and fruits, that people don't realize how much nutrients are in the skin. And I give you the example of potatoes, that the skin alone has 18% of the nutrients in vitamins that we need as human beings just in the skin. So it's okay to leave the skin on. Chop these all up. All right, then we're just going to take it and put it over here inside the cup. Should work to about 1.5 cups just for the one apple. Okay. Remember I was showing you on past episodes how I like to keep a spatula handy because it helps to pick it up off the cutting board. So here we go here. We'll take our bowl, 1 egg, put it right in. Okay, we're going to take our baking mix, 1/2 cup. Put that right in. And now our sour cream. Got a little spatula here too. That's great. Put this off to the side. Add our apples. Actually, I'm not going to add the apples yet. I'm going to add the sugar. Teaspoon of sugar. And then I'm going to mix this up. Can't really see. I am going to get some Pyrex bowls and stuff so you guys can see what I'm mixing. But you want to mix this all up nice in here. See, it's giving a nice, it's a little thicker than normal if you would add water or milk. You don't want it thin like that. Okay. Then I'm going to take my apples and put them right in. Mix that around. Get it all together. And you see this, it's a little thicker than, a lot thicker actually, than normal pancake batter. And I'm going to show you how you take a big spoon and you dollop it right onto the frying pan in a nice big tablespoon length. That'll make about a 4-inch pancake, apple cake. These here, you just got to pull the tines apart on them and get all your apples out and you're good. And that's it. And now I'm ready to get this out of the way and get the griddle set up and we'll start cooking. Hey, welcome to Crazy Otto's Empire Diner. That's 100 West Albany Street right here in downtown Herkimer. You may remember me or notice me as the host at CNY Flavor. You can come on that website at cnyflavor.com and learn all about the cooking show that airs on Tuesdays, every Tuesday. But we're talking about Crazy Otto's Empire Diner right now. You know, a lot of times you see TV shows, you wonder if the cook, the chef is there, if he really actually cooks or he actually is in a restaurant. Well, I'm one of the guys that have been there, done that, and is still doing it. Right here, you can come in, you can see me cook. I'm here virtually every day. Here at Crazy Otto's, they don't call us crazy for nothing. Everything here is fresh and homemade. As you can see, we fresh slice our tomato. Everything's done fresh to order. Doing actually a BLT right now. This is Michael, also happens to be my son. Hey, all right. Hey, welcome to Crazy Otto's. Come on in, give us a try. You won't be disappointed. So we have our griddle preheating, okay. I have my apple cake mix here. Just going to take a little margarine, spread it around. Got my little trusty spatula here. We got to wait till this heats up a little bit. Move this around. And I'm only going to do a couple for you for a demonstration just to show you how it should be. Now your griddles heat up here quick. You can do the same thing at home. So here it is heating up. Starting to sizzle. Beautiful. Okay, this is a little thicker. I got just a nice big tablespoon here. And I'm going to take a nice spoonful here, put it right on. Put that down there. Look at that. Move that around a little bit. That's all set to go. Let this sit. It's going to take several minutes, okay, till it starts bubbling and browning on the back side, and then we flip it over. While this is on this side, I take my cinnamon, okay, and I'm just going to take a little bit of cinnamon and sprinkle it over the top, okay, and then let it sit like that. And then once I flip it over, I'll put a little more on. So I'll be back in just a minute to show you how it looks when we're going to flip it. Okay, now I wanted to explain to you too that apple cakes are not like pancakes. They are, but they're not, okay, because they don't cook the same. So even though this is not bubbling through, you got your apples in there and start to cook up, these are ready to turn over, okay? They're a little thicker. See, look at that. Coming out like a crepe. See, now they'll fluff up a little bit too because it's cooking it down and in, and it's going to fluff up because of the baking mix. Okay, that's why I use the Bisquick that you can use for biscuits and stuff too. With your sour cream, your sugar, your cinnamon, it gives it a distinct flavor that's not like anything else you've ever seen. They're quick, they're easy. Let me get that going there. Got the cinnamon. And you can top this with just about anything that you want, okay? You can top it with maple syrup. You can top it with blueberry sauce. Different types of sauces that you can do that you particularly like, you can use for your topping. Put whipped cream on it, okay, and maybe a little strawberry syrup. There's a lot of different things you can do with this. Couple minutes on each side. Yep, see, this is cooking. Just to show you, I'm going to flip it real quick. See how it's cooking up there? You can see it's starting to really brown up good. These are different if you're with your husband or your wife and you wanted to cook something a little special on a brunch or bring them breakfast in bed. Mother's Day, Father's Day, the different holidays that we do have. It's a nice little treat, and they'll wonder where you got the recipe, and you can tell them you got it right here at CNY Flavor. Now you see that smoke coming up? That means that my butter around the edges are cooking. So I'm going to actually shut the griddle off right now. These are so cool because you can just unplug them, and that's it. They'll start cooling down. See, these are beautiful. So let me take out a little plate here. Take these right off just to show you again how they're looking on the bottom. Okay, you got the cinnamon in there. We'll put this just like this here. Now, you know what would really be good with this, just a little side note, is you take a little applesauce. Put a little applesauce on the top, little cinnamon sprinkle on that, and you've got a great little breakfast treat, lunch, or dinner, okay? Because this is definitely different and unique. Hope you enjoy it. Okay, going on with the breakfast edition, we're going to do a Crazy Elvis stuffed French toast. You know, one of Elvis Presley, I had the privilege and the honor actually to be at Graceland in Memphis, Tennessee, and see some of the things that he did and read up on his history and everything. And everybody knows Elvis Presley, even though he's been dead so long. God rest his soul. And one of the things he liked is peanut butter and banana sandwiches, okay? He loved peanut butter and banana sandwiches. He would actually get on his plane and fly to places that actually made it and that specialize in these peanut butter and banana sandwiches. So at Crazy Otto's Empire Diner, we came up with a little concept called a Crazy Elvis's Stuffed French Toast, okay? One of my cooks there, Mike Kovac, I'll give him credit because he came up with the Crazy Kovac, which was strawberries and cream cheese and how you stuff it that way. And you can do it with blueberries, you can do it with peaches, depending upon what you like. And this is the actual Crazy Elvis Stuffed French Toast. We're going to use Skippy peanut butter, a banana, a couple eggs, a little milk, little powdered sugar on top, and I'm going to show you how to do it right here, right now.
AA Auto Repair at 525 West Dominic Street in Rome provides honest professional diagnostics and service for foreign and domestic cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs, brake and suspension work, belt and oil changes, engine and transmission repairs. We do it all. AA Auto Service will use our 20 years of experience to be sure that your repairs are done right.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Listen, you got to do some Elvis when you're doing a Crazy Elvis Stuffed French Toast. I put a couple of eggs in the bowl, a quarter cup of milk, and now I'm going to spread the peanut butter. Actually, you know what I'll do first is I'll move this to the side and I'll just show you how to do the banana, okay? And the reason why I'm going to show you how to do the banana now is because you're a beautiful audience. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. That's a little crazy there, but hey, what can you do? Just cut it right in half, and then what you're going to do is you're just going to slice. Remember, I always talk about knife safety, your fingers as a guide. You can use a butter knife if you feel comfortable with that, but you're just going to go down and you're just going to slice it, okay? And what you do, because this is going to cook, you want to try to get them, you know, uniform pieces so that they, you know, come out fairly even in your pieces here. No matter which ones you're picking up, they're pretty even. And what you're going to do is you're going to take half of the banana is going to go in the sandwich, in the stuffed French toast for the stuffing, and then the other half is going to go on top when you're done, okay? So just put them in a couple piles and you're looking at it like this, okay? One's going to go inside, one's going to go on top, okay? And then what we're going to do here is we're going to take and we're going to spread the peanut butter. Everybody at home knows how to spread peanut butter, and you want to do both sides, okay? And you want to not go too thin on it, okay? Because remember, peanut butter will, as it cooks, melt down into this. So you put a nice little coating on each section. So here you go. You got it all stuffed right here. You're going to take your bananas and you're just going to lay them out all on the inside. You don't put the other bananas on until the end. So you see how that's all part of the sandwich, and then you're just going to flip it over and you're going to compress this down and push this down, put it off to the side. Now you're going to mix your eggs here. And that's all you do. Use a fork. If you feel like using 2 forks, sometimes you can put 2 forks in between your fingers and it actually will mix it up pretty good. Now I used milk. If you like cream, you can use cream. Or sometimes to fluff things up, if you use about a teaspoon of water instead of the milk, that'll give it a nice fluffy, rich egg mixture, okay? This particular one is milk and eggs. Now at the restaurant, I actually use half and half, okay? I use a nice cream with my eggs, real eggs, and I use the half and half, okay? So this is all done to the side. And now what I'm going to do is I got my powdered sugar in reserve here. I'm going to get my griddle out. I'm going to set that up, and I'm going to show you how you submerge this in your egg batter, because you got to get it all submerged on both sides and put that right on the grill at about 400 degrees. So you see that all sizzling up nice. And then what you're going to do here is you're going to take your stuffed French toast here and you're going to submerge the whole thing in the egg batter. Get it nice and wet and put it right on. See, and it's just like you would do a piece of French toast bread, you know, small. This isn't the egg bread, that's the actual thick Texas toast style. Just 2 pieces of bread. You can use wheat bread, you can use Italian bread, you can use sourdough, just depends on what type of bread you like. You submerge it, you let it sit like this and cook for probably a good 3 to 4 minutes on each side. And it'll brown up, and it's actually cooking and melting the peanut butter that's inside of it, and it's incorporating it with the bananas that are getting nice and hot and becoming part of it in between the stuffed peanut butter. And wait till you see how this comes out. I'll flip it in just a couple minutes, and then we'll plate it, and I'll show you how to finish the product off, okay? So you can see it bubbling around, the steam coming up. So all you do is just boom, flip it right over like you would regular French toast, and you see the golden brown around the edges. This is cooking very, very nice. It's melting the peanut butter. If you can see this, I'm going to lift it up for you. See how it's melting the peanut butter inside, right? Incorporating it into the banana. I'm going to turn this down just a little bit because you don't want it too hot. So it's all cooked on the top. Let's check the bottom. Everything looks good. Oh yeah, see that's melted all nice inside of it. Everything is done. I'm going to slide this off to the side here. I'm going to show you here. Take it right off your pan. See it's all melting in there nice. And then you're going to take your bananas and just put them all over the top. This is the other half of the banana that we had. Take it just like that. Take your powdered sugar, and you can have a shaker if you want. Okay, and you're just going to take it and sprinkle it right over it. Nice powdered sugar. Okay, and there is your Crazy Elvis stuffed French toast. Thank you, Mama. Thank you very much. I love a peanut butter and banana sandwich. Anyway, thanks for tuning in on this one. It's great, it's easy, it's economical. You're gonna love it, okay? Thanks. Hey, Scott Trainer here, host of CNY Flavor. We have a great segment in store for you. I have the privilege and the honor to be sitting with Justin and Robin, who's part of the Tramontane Espresso Bar and Cafe right here in Utica. It's 1105. What's the name of the street?
Lincoln Ave.
Lincoln Ave. I was just seeing if you remembered, Robin. We got a lot.
Sometimes, well, we have 2 different doors, so there's a Hart Street address as well.
Which means you can come in the front or the back, okay? So this is a very casual, unique espresso bar and cafe. And you come in here and you feel like you're home, and you just get to kick back and relax like I am right now and just have good conversation, good espresso or coffee and good food. We're going to talk about that in just a minute, so stay tuned.
My product is flawless every time.
Their quality and service is second to none.
What has most impressed me about them is their constant yearning to please the customer.
My favorite thing about Master Images is absolutely the customer service.
The main thing is the quality is excellent. I wouldn't go anywhere else.
Okay, so I'm sitting here with Robin and Justin. Robin is actually the manager.
Primary manager.
And Justin's the right-hand man here, which is the assistant
Even
manager.
Though he's left-handed.
Yeah, right hand, left hand, whatever.
Southpaw, huh?
Southpaw.
All right. Well, you know, they call this the Tram. I got the menu and stuff right here. Had an opportunity to look at it. It has some interesting stuff on it. You know, some very healthy stuff on it.
Sure.
Vegan stuff.
Yeah.
And a lot of salads and quiche, and I mean, you get a pretty wide range. You know, when I walked in and I sat down, it reminded me. I'm a little older than you guys, and so it reminded me of. I grew up in the '60s
Sure.
and 70s, early '70s, and it reminded me of like the old beatnik. Where people would play bongos and do poetry. And,
Right.
I lived in California for 23 years. I was out there when Jerry Garcia died, and I thought, man, the Deadheads would feel perfectly at home in this place. But it's open. It makes everybody feel welcome.
That is a goal of ours. It is open and welcoming to everyone. Yes, we actually have a set of bongos, and we do have a poetry night every Thursday. But we have rock bands regularly. We have elder folk that come in. We've had a Red Hat Society day.
Really?
Absolutely. And we do soup, salad, sandwich, and we're open for lunch as well. So we see quote-unquote suit folks that'll come in and have lunch. So we run the gamut. We have a back room that we can have meetings in as well.
And you also have an art room back there.
Absolutely. It's both. It's a gallery space and meeting room, so we have tables back there that individuals can have a quieter room if they need to.
Now, what are your days and your hours here?
Monday through Friday, we open at 9 a.m. And it's a sliding scale. A good way to think of it is as the week goes on, we stay open later and later. Monday and Tuesday, we close at 5 o'clock. Wednesday and Thursday, we close at 11 o'clock. Friday, we close at midnight. Saturday, we are open from noon until midnight. And Sunday, 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. Sunday being one of our most popular nights here at the Tram, open mic night. That kicks off around 7 p.m. and it goes until we close.
Now, when you say open mic night, if I'm in a local band and I wanted to come in and perform, do I call you and try to set this up? Do you audition me? What do you do?
Well, it's a literal open mic night, so we do have sign-ups. We have a sign-up sheet. You get about 15, 20 minutes, could be 3 or 4 songs or performances, because we have folks that play guitar, we have a house piano, but we've actually had a yo-yo artist. We have comedians, we have poetry folks, so it could be anything. And we have Rainbow Young. So he'll come and be our last closing out performance of the evening. But folks can call in or they can sign up that night if there's room. We do see a lot of pre-sign-ups.
Now, what phone number do I call?
315-732-8257.
This is a very healthy, health-conscious restaurant. I notice in Justin, you being the assistant manager, handle a lot of the hands-on stuff and the food. Tell me a little bit about your food. What are some of the favorites that your customers have here? Because I noticed the vegan stuff and everything. Tell me a little bit about that.
Our vegan options are definitely one of our huge drawing points for people because from what I understand, I personally eat all sorts of meat and things like that, but we have some of the biggest variety. A lot of people come for that, but on the opposite end of the spectrum, chicken salad is one of our best sellers. Quiche is another thing. I had never tried quiche before I came here. I didn't drink coffee before I came here, but I had never tried that. And that's one thing that a lot of people it sells out quick for sure. And the homemade soups, everything is made, and it's a small space, but everything is made in-house as far as soups, salad, sandwiches, and not to mention our drinks.
And you not only, and I don't want the audience to get the wrong impression by thinking that it's just vegan stuff, you have regular food too.
Oh sure, we have roast beef, we have turkey, we have tuna. Most of the soups that we do are vegetarian or vegan, but I do a vegetarian chili, and folks would swear that there's real chunks of beef in there, and they're thrilled with it. Take the chance. We're here for you. We want to know what you would like to see from us. Absolutely. So we're always open to suggestions, and give us a call and ask us questions. We love questions.
Yes.